When it comes to compensation in the recruiting and M&A space, it's a bit conflicted to say the least. Every firm is going to pay the recruiters differently. When it comes to a third party, an independent consultant like myself, different firms will pay you differently, right? So you try to remove that conflict as best as possible. At the end of the day, the advisor has to make the decision, but that doesn't mean that I could use phrasing or I could drive a certain conversation if I really wanted to. And it's no different than an advisor. You need to disclose to your clients and prospects how you get compensated. So there are some third parties out there that, they'll get paid a certain percentage from the broker dealer or the RIA, and depending on volume, that number could go up. There are deals in place where not only does the broker dealer pay you, but if you steer them to an OSJ or a hybrid RIA, there's even more compensation on top of that, right? So don't want to get into specific numbers of what I've heard, but you could be looking at a 16, 18, 19, 20% payday. So even if you're on the smaller side of an advisor and you're kind of getting ramped up and getting your business going and doing $200,000 or $300,000 of revenue, someone could potentially make $30,000 to $40,000 on your business. That's a big number. And it's not to say it's not the best firm for you, but you just want to understand, where does the bias lie? What am I getting? You need to understand how that works. So at the end of the day, all you can do is ask the questions. Hey, how do you get compensated? Depending on how that person answers that question, I think says a lot about them, right? Is there confidence in the answer? Are they stuttering? Are they hemming and hawing? No different than you would if you were going to buy a car or buying a home or working with someone. You kind of get a good feel. So yes, are there smooth operators that could do that in their sleep and you have no idea how they get paid? Absolutely. But I think the conversation at least needs to be had. What drives me absolutely insane about my side of the business is there could be a broker dealer that could be an amazing fit for you. So today they're a perfect fit. They're amazing. This is absolutely where I would go. This is where you should start. Tomorrow, I could get a different prospect or client that says, I'm already working with the firm that you told my buddy yesterday. And so someone like me would tell you, oh, well, they're not a good fit. They're too big. Their service is poor. Their technology isn't great. Their hold times are through the roof. You're not going to like it there. So there's all these little nuances and these little games that kind of get played, right? Because if I'm working with an advisor that's already talking to 3 or 4 different firms, I'm not going to get compensated should that advisor go there. Again, I'll come out right up front and tell you, hey, I think it's a great firm. Maybe you should consider this. And there's a lot of times where people will find me on LinkedIn or social media and they'll message me and they already know what they're doing. They know they're going to create their own RIA or they know they're going to a certain firm and they just kind of want to hear from me like, hey, did I make the right choice? And 9 out of 10 times I tell them, hey, you're probably going to go to that firm, but at least I can tell you, hey, here's what I would ask or here's the things that you should avoid. At the end of the day, you want someone that has your best interests at heart.